wind energy project up and rolling, and we're also trying to develop solar, small-scale solar projects in New Mexico. And we will continue to look at diversifying and developing renewables, along with our long-standing reliance on the fossil fuel-based energy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Director. It's a perfect example of why one size does not fit all. And when decisions are made in metropolitan areas, it doesn't necessarily work well in those rural areas that the rest of us live in. So thank you very much for making the trip down here. We appreciate your testimony. Senator Pratt. Representative Pratt. I keep wanting to.
Madam Chair, Director Etsitty?
Twice.
Thank you very much for coming down and interacting with us. I really appreciate it. I've got a quick question for you. ADEQ said that given an additional amount of time that they could work out they believe they could work out their differences with EPA Region 9, I believe, over on some of these issues. Would you be supportive of that as director of the Navajo Nation EPA?
Madam Chair, Representative Pratt, thank you for the question. That is a very good question, because we have come to understand how many of these situations are similar. Our primary concern are the 2 power plants on the reservation, but as I said earlier, we've become highly aware of what is happening around us in the Four Corners region. When the state of New Mexico challenged their BART determination last year, filed a court case against EPA Region 6, the Navajo Nation decided that it would submit a friend of the court brief, an amicus brief. And we haven't made that determination in this situation yet, but we certainly would be looking at addressing our concerns through that process. I can't say right now that we are working on it, on a brief right now, but I believe that many of the issues at the core of it are similar to what we've found in working with the state of New Mexico and the public utilities of New Mexico, as the utility in New Mexico running the San Juan generating station. And so we would be, and our comments that we supplied last fall were very supportive of the state's implementation plan as well. We take very seriously what EPA appears to be doing, and that is making decisions that should be a local decision. And I look at that from my perspective as a tribe that is about 20 or maybe 25 years behind states in developing our programs. If that's going to be the case, where EPA is going to be overriding state decisions, we're coming out of somewhat paternalistic times with the federal government. I'd hate to see us go back and lose the advances that we made under self-determination and self-governance, to where our environmental programs would then be overrun by federal decisions. So that is one of the things that I'm looking at in terms of a long-term concern.
Madam Chair, Mr. Director, thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you. Any other comments? Senator Jackson?
Madam Chair, I just have one quick question, Director. Does the Navajo Nation then support the state implementation plan? Do you have a position on that?
Madam Chair and Senator Jackson, we submitted comments last fall when the comment period was open, and many of our comments reflect our general concern on the technical side about the adequacy of the modeling, the adequacy or the inadequacy of the cost analyses. We share many of the same concerns that were expressed by the state. And we also, expressed a lot of our concerns about the economic impact that we don't feel was given enough analyses. So our comments do not necessarily and explicitly state that we support the state, but many of our comments are similarly stated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Director. Appreciate it. Okay, we have one more presentation, and Gretchen,